Riverdale, New Jersey, with a baby strapped to her front, a knapsack on her back and a Donald Duck coffee mug in one hand. Christi Mulder arrived at the Target here, about 30 miles northwest of Manhattan, early Friday morning. She and her sister, Renaud, who brought her 7-week-old son, were on the hunt for holiday gifts for the 11 children they have between them. The New York Times followed Miss Mulder, 36, and her sister from a closer look at how Black Friday, as the day after Thanksgiving is often called, plays out for families on the ground. The retail business, upended by online shopping, is still struggling to figure out just to lure shoppers off their couches and into stores. But even as people grow increasingly used to shopping a seemingly endless stream of bargains online, millions of Americans still rely on Black Friday discounts in stores, braving the cold and the crowds to find them. Each sister works part-time. Miss Renaud is a blogger and Miss Mulder is a lacrosse coach and was on a budget. Miss Renaud, 30, wanted to spend no more than $200 on gifts for her children, plus maybe a little extra for stocking stuffers. Normally, she spends closer to $300. But this year, alarmed by growing discussions about credit card debt, student debt and national debt, Miss Renaud, who does not use credit cards, decided she would try to cut back. Other factors contributed to that decision. Miss Renaud and her sister grew up in an observant Christian family, and both say that religion plays a big role in their lives. Their husbands work at local churches. Miss Renaud is a prayer leader, Miss Mulder is a pastor, and Miss Renaud wanted to focus less on gifts and more on the holiday itself. Instead of tablets or video games, her children will receive homemade tickets to family activities, like movies or other outings. Continue reading the main story. Advertisement. Continue reading the main story. The budget outlined by Miss Mulder was larger, about $600 for her 6 children. But she, too, was hunting for deals. Neither woman was looking for gifts for herself, although Miss Mulder's husband was keen to get a television. Electronics prices had fallen so much so quickly, Miss Mulder said. The TV they bought for $800 2 years ago was already selling for $200. It used to be like, oh, my whole bonus check is going to my TV, Miss Mulder said. Ultimately, they decided to spend their money on the children. Photo. Browse the toy sale section at Target's Black Friday sale in Riverdale, New Jersey. Credit Demetrius Freeman for the New York Times. When you have a family with a lot of kids, or anybody with a budget, you're constantly balancing needs and wants, she said. Shopping online and off. To get the best deals they could, both women regularly pulled out their smartphones to look up the prices of what they were finding in the store. Miss Renaud had even come prepared with a virtual cart full of products on Amazon. In the back of my mind, I am comparing to what's in my cart, she said. Doing that ahead of time, she said, made it easier to stick to a budget. On Amazon, I am watching my total change. And sure, things were often cheaper online. Miss Mulder even has a subscription to Amazon Prime, the site's service that comes with free 2-day shipping. But there were advantages to coming to the store, not all of them having to do with shopping. The outing was a chance for the sisters to spend a couple of hours catching up, away from their other children and family. Miss Mulder lives in nearby North Haledon, New Jersey, while Miss Renaud lives in Saratoga Springs, New York, more than 150 miles away. Coming to the store also allowed them to examine products that could be